Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Well, this is my first ever vehicle review, and I say vehicle review because this is not strictly speaking a tank. This is the brand new Panhard EBR 75 MLE 1954. That's a bit of a mouthful, so I'm just going to call it the EBR from now on. This is the first wheeled vehicle in World of Tanks console. Or for those of you that watch Klaus Kellerman, you'll know these things are actually called wheeled vehicles. Which always makes me laugh, that one. Right, anyway, in my typical fashion, I'm not going to dive into all the numbers and the stats, but I will touch on a few of them here and there. But straight away, for those of you that don't have much time, my short review is this. This is a Tier 8 Premium. And it is there's nothing like this in the game. We've not seen anything else like this in the game before. You could argue that yes, it has a gun, it has a turret, it's got armor values, all that stuff. But lights tend to be all about concealment, speed, and handling. This thing has a speed boost, which makes it very, very quick, and the concealment is very, very good. And, well, it's a pain in the ass to control, as you're watching me struggle right now with the handling. And if you want a fresh challenge in the game, if you want a fresh line to grind in the game, because the tech tree is coming out next week, but if you want a fresh take on light tanking and the game as a whole, if you're getting a little bit bored with it, this is one to buy, because it is, well, it's new, it's completely different. We've never seen anything like this before in the game. Get one. Alright, let's talk a little bit more in detail now. What is this thing like to play? Well, the first thing you'll have noticed is that this is very, very squirrely. And when I say squirrely, I mean really, really squirrely. If you rewind to the start of this game, I ended up driving up a cliff because I couldn't control this thing. it's gonna take some getting used to, and it's I would say straight away that is the downside of this vehicle. It is so slippery, it is so squirrely. It will turn on you before you've even noticed, and yeah, if I had to pick a downside for this type of vehicle, that's it right there. That's the downside. But Wargaming have done a very good job of introducing this type of vehicle to the game, because not only is there a new tech tree coming in next week, they've added a new player skill basically, and that skill is being able to drive one of these things and drive it well. And what I would recommend for people that want to get this tank is play it on cruise control, because that way the only input from your stick is left and right adjustments. It is so sensitive to small changes that, you know, you'll slightly turn left and then you'll try and correct it by turning right, and then before you know it, you've gotten into this massive serpentine kind of slide, and yeah, you spend more time just trying to control the damn thing than actually focusing on tanks and enemy vehicles. But what you're seeing here, this is the very first game I played in the EBR earlier this afternoon. So the driving you're seeing here is me. This is my first hands-on experience with this type of vehicle. Alright, so the handling aside, this is a good vehicle. Aside from the handling, like I just said, this is a good vehicle. The gun doesn't feel overpowered at all. The 2-shot autoloader comes with a good interclip reload time, and that doesn't feel OP to me. The magazine reload comes in at just over 7 seconds, and again, you know, when you compare that to other lights, it's, yeah, you know, it's not far off the benchmark, you know. And to me, this tank feels like it fits quite well. It is only day one, granted. Yeah, we'll see how the game balance changes with time, but for me right now, with my gut instinct, is telling me that this doesn't feel overpowered. It feels like it fits. It does come in though at the lower end of hit points. It's only got 950, and the majority of tier 8 premiums, the lights come in at 1,000 or a little over 1,000. And there we go, we've won the first game in the EBR, and I believe I came second. Yes, I came second in this game, so good start for the EBR. At this point, I would say take a step back from the vehicle a little bit, because you could be forgiven for thinking that all you've got here is a light tank. The same as every other light tank in the game. It's just a middle of the road light tank. What's really special about it? You've traded tracks for wheels. What's the big deal? Well, the EBR has a party trick, and that is the speed boost. I'm not sure I'm sure there's a proper name for the speed boost. I've not seen another name for it, but I'm just going to say speed boost. But with this mode active, the EBR can get up to 88 kilometers an hour downhill, and it'll average around 78 kilometers an hour on the flat. The downside to this, though, is because, yep, you need a balancing factor to all of this stuff. The downside is that your accuracy takes a huge hit, and personally, I wouldn't suggest trying to hit anything when you've got this speed mode active, unless, you know, you're about ready to, well, you don't really shotgun people in lights, but unless your gun is basically, you know, a meter away from the enemy tank, don't try and hit anything, because you probably won't. Another vehicle characteristic that takes a hit with the speed boost active is the maneuverability. If you're navigating tight spaces, you don't want the speed boost active, because you just won't be able to turn corners the way you need to, and if you pull the handbrake, you'll do a 360 and you'll be pointing the direction you were when you started, which again goes back to the driving one of these things. It's going to be a skill. When we start seeing games where EBRs carry games, or whatever it is that, you know, skilled players and these things will be doing, all of the players that are good at this thing will be very, very good drivers. I'm just going to call it now. That's exactly what you'll need to be to do well in this thing. The silver and crew XP boost for this tank are pretty standard for the the tier. It's a 50% silver boost and a 5% crew XP boost, which, yep, nothing really special there. As far as buying this vehicle goes, the primed package is 11,600 gold, and the fully loaded package is 9,500 gold. The only differences between these packages is you get 3 pieces of equipment, which cost 500,000 silver each, and you get 3 pieces of equipment with the primed package. So unless you feel that 2,100 of your gold is worth the 1.5 million silver which you would spend on equipment, I wouldn't bother getting the primed package. The equipment I'm running on this thing is the Concealment, Camo Net, Optics, and Advanced Powertrain for the speed, extra view range, and extra concealment. Speaking of concealment, the concealment on the EBR is even better than the Vanguard, which, you know, the Vanguard was already pretty good, so this thing takes it to a whole new level. In addition to the tank and equipment, if you want to get that package, you also get the 3D Commander, which, you know, you're going to get it if you buy this tank. You'll get the 3D Commander anyway, so, you know, you're stuck with that whether you like that or not. It is what it is. Enjoy your new 3D Commander. So, there you go. This is basically the end of my summary or review for the Panhard EBR 75 MLE 1954. That is a mouthful. This tank is a fresh take on the game. It gives the veterans something new to play, and it gives everybody the chance to develop their existing driving skills or develop new driving skills, which, you know, like I've said, I think everybody's going to need to brush up on their driving when it comes to this thing. So, is this tank worth getting? Or vehicle worth getting, I should say? I think it is. The potential for fun here is massive. I think we could have a lot of fun with this tank, and I think it doesn't feel out of place to me. It doesn't feel overpowered. It feels like the way it is right now is balanced. That's my opinion. If you guys think it's gonna break the game like it has on PC, well, personally, I'm hesitant to jump to that conclusion because it's only day one. We've only got one vehicle. We'll just see how things go. But as of right now, I don't think this is overpowered. I don't think it's going to break the game. and I'm going to hold off on criticising this type of vehicle in World of Tanks console. Alright, that's about everything for this one, guys. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, if not a dislike. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and as always, I hope you're all still keeping safe, and I will see you out there.